We have an upgrade today. Hi everyone, it's Kiva Tech Guy here in another video, and today I'm going to be looking at the Moto G5S Plus. So for those of you who've been all around the internet, you would have realized that Motorola just announced two new phones, and that would be the Moto G5S and G5S Plus. Now these are spec bump versions of the Moto G5 and G5 Plus. The G5S is a spec bump for the Moto G5, and the G5S Plus is a spec up version with a dual camera of the G5 Plus. So the difference between these and the regular Moto G5 is that both of them are all metal. They have better specs and also better cameras, and Motorola would have already released the specifications for the Moto G5S Plus, and you can register for updates, and they have noted that it will be unlocked for all major US carriers, so it'll be unlocked, and they'll have more details coming soon. But I'm just going to give you guys the full specs of the Moto G5S Plus, and I will give you the information on the Moto G5S when that information comes out. But let's look at the Plus. Now it will be carrier friendly, unlocked for any network, and such as major networks in the US as Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint, etc. It will run an Android 7.1 Nougat, and it will have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 625 processor with 2 GHz and octa-core CPU, and 650 MHz for the Adreno 506 GPU. So it has a Snapdragon 625 just like the Moto G5 Plus. But for RAM, you can choose between 3 and 4 gigs, and you can choose between 32 and 64 gigs of internal storage, which is quite similar to the G5 Plus. But dimensions vary with a depth of 8mm to 9.5mm, and a width of 76.2mm and a height of 153.5mm. It will weigh 168 grams and has a bigger display with 5.5 inches with full HD or resolution of 1920 by 1080 with 401 pixels per inch, and with corner grilling glass 3 protection. So you have corner grilling glass 3 for shotproof protection. The battery also receives a spec bump from the G5 Plus, whereas this one has 3000 mAh. Plus you get turbocharged for up to 6 hours of battery life and just 50 minutes of charge. And of course there is water repellent now the coating, and it has network support for 4G, LTE, CMA, UMTS and HSPA, and GSM networks and Edge networks too. So, and it also uses nano SIM cards also, and the camera is quite different, but whereas this phone will have a dual 13 megapixel camera lens with a depth of f2.0 aperture and color balancing dual LED flash, and you get 8 times digital zoom for photos and 4 times zoom for video, drag, focus and exposure. You have drag capture, you have many other features, and you have 4K Ultra HD video capture at 30 frames per second with slow motion video features also. The front camera is 8 megapixels with wide angle lens with the same f2 aperture. It has LED flash, and it has many other features such as professional mode and PC mode. Connectivity varies, that it will have micro USB and not USB Type-C, sadly still, and it still carries a 3.5mm headphone jack. Woohoo! And it has Bluetooth 4.1 plus EDR, and it has 2 bottom loudspeakers and 2 mics. It has a GPS and GLONASS. It doesn't have NFC, but sensors include the fingerprint sensor, accent driver sensor, and protect sensor, and proximity sensor. with Wi-Fi connectivity of 802.11a GBN with 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz, and it has two colors, Lunar Gray and Blush Gold. And those are all the specs that you need to know on the Moto G5S Plus. But all we can do now is stand by for more updates on when the pricing and so will be revealed. But it's expected to have a price of around $300 US, and also the smaller version, which would be the regular Moto G5S, is expected to cost around $294. But the Moto G5S Plus is expected to cost around $353, and whereas the G5S is expected to cost around $290. And so that's it. Kiva Tech Guy. Stand on the full specs of the Moto G5S Plus. This is just a quick update, and I will let you guys know any more other details. You can follow me on social media for any other new details, and subscribe to my channel also. Stay tuned for when I will release a video of the Moto G5S. So that is it. Kiva Tech Guy sign out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.